Everyday life can sometimes seem ordinary. So it's natural to crave something more. To hunger for something that you can't describe. As it turns out, all you have to do is step inside.
Good morning, Roxy. Is it Roxy or Roxana?
Hey, I'll answer to anything. Erica, I'm wide open.
Awesome.
Good. Thank you for being with us on Palm Beach Rocks.
Thanks for having me.
You know, Erica, I have to say, you've been training your whole life for this adventure.
Absolutely. I started when I was 3.5 years old doing gymnastics, and I think I did my first theater roles at like 7 years old. And apparently it was all leading up to the opportunity to do this crazy and extraordinary project.
It really is. Now, did you train differently for this role?
I did. It was a very rapid process from being cast to actually getting in front of the cameras and starting to shoot the project. But it was a massive switch for me to move from the style of performance that you use on stage in a world like Cirque du Soleil, where everything is huge and the last row of the audience can be 100 feet away. So everything there has to be big and exaggerated and, and larger than life so that it can be read by the audience. And then suddenly I was going to be in front of James Cameron's 3D cameras and trying to tell a story by Andrew Adamson, and everything needed to be just diminished and made a lot more subtle and a lot more kind of internalized, almost played behind the eyes.
Well, it's an amazing film. And obviously you loved working with the greatest directors, Andrew Adamson, and visionary filmmaker James Cameron.
Extraordinary experience. For somebody who's doing their first film, I don't know if you could have been any luckier or frankly more intimidated.
Oh no, you're that talented, you're that good. And I have to say I've had the pleasure of working with James Cameron myself here in Miami with True Lies, and he is an incredible filmmaker.
He really is. He has a very clear vision of what he's looking for, and he has this cool hybrid thing where he is part storyteller, part scientist, and part adventurer. And I think that was a perfect fit for Worlds Away because he could be engaged in the story and then would find these things like he went under the water at O and above the action hanging from a harness shooting down at Ka. And I feel like there were moments that James Cameron was like a kid in a candy store.
I'm sure of it. I've seen him hanging out of helicopters, so I know he is totally into it when he's got something going on like this. And now I know you're doing so many other things, and I just want to touch base on the Circus Couture in Las Vegas, your charity that you started.
Circus Couture is a circus fashion and art event that we do annually to raise money for kids with cancer, both for pediatric cancer care and research. And it's an all-volunteer organization basically made up of people like me, artists, acrobats, fashion designers. All these people come together and just throw this extraordinary creativity at this cause, and it's become such an incredible thing that we started so small, just my partner and I doing acrobatics at a nightclub in the middle of the night trying to raise a little money, to being this thing where we had well over 200 volunteers with us this year.
Oh, that is just wonderful. And it's hard with this career that you've got to take time away to do something like this.
It's actually, it was really just coming up with a vision that was something that we could contribute, because at some point or another I felt like I was lamenting the fact that I wasn't a doctor and I wasn't a scientist and I didn't have the resources to really make a difference in the lives of these kids. And I kept saying to myself, well, I'm just an acrobat. And then I looked around me and I was like, we are not just acrobats, we are acrobats, and we are technicians, and we are designers, and we do have something to contribute. We just have to think about it differently. What we have is an ability to make a product that, that we can sell tickets to and donate that money, and also share these performances with the kids and the families, and something magical for them to escape to, because good days in a fight against cancer are really important to kids.
It is, and so few people in this world get an opportunity to see any of the Cirque du Soleil shows. So to see anything like this, I'm sure is a thrill for them.
It is, and that's the other cool thing about this film as well, is that we get to take the world of Cirque du Soleil and all this magic and all this extraordinary athleticism and just creativity that is going on every night in Las Vegas, and and put it in front of the most beautiful technology in this crisp 3D and send it all over the world. It's suddenly this really accessible thing, and Cirque du Soleil changed my life, and I hope there's moments of inspiration that come from it for people wherever. It's like, what else is there that I could do? What else is there out there that's exciting and amazing?
Aw, I'm sure. I'm great. Well, I am so thrilled to have had you on our show, and congratulations on this wonderful film.